This is another one of Fitness Blender's 10-minute abs workouts. We're going to be doing 10 different exercises, 50 seconds each, with a 10-second break in between to move to the next exercise. Let's go ahead and get started with our first exercise. The first one is going to be a pulse crunch. And begin. Nice tight squeeze at the top of that range of motion. This is just basically a typical crunch, but you just don't want to let those shoulder blades touch back down to the ground. You want to keep those shoulder blades up nice and high, get a nice tight squeeze every single time. Just keep that motion going, keep those lungs open. Remember, focus on trying to get to the top of that range of motion with every single crunch, only dropping back a couple of inches. "20 seconds left. Remember, keep those lungs open, nice tight squeeze. Got 5 seconds left till we move to bicycle crunch. And let that one relax. You got a 10-second break. Our next one is bicycle crunches. 4, 3, 2, 1, and start up. Just alternating those knees back and forth. Left elbow to right knee, right elbow to left knee. Just nice tight squeeze, get those shoulder blades up off the ground as high as you possibly can. You're doing actually a cycling motion with those legs, so you're not just going straight out and back. You actually want to make a little bit of a circular motion with that foot. Kick that foot up high, bring it down as you tuck it back in. Again, keep those lungs open. Concentrate on getting as much range of motion as you can, a nice tight squeeze with each crunch. Got just under 20 seconds left. Ten seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. We're moving to Mountaintop Abs next. So go ahead and sit up on this one. You're going to be leaning back about a 45-degree angle. 3, 2, 1, and start them up. Just alternate back and forth, swinging one arm back behind you, touching the mat behind you. Try to keep that torso at the same angle the entire time. Nice straight back, rotating those shoulders left to right. Whatever you do, try not to let yourself lean back any further and try not to come up any higher. You want to try to stay back at that around a 45-degree angle. Nice, smooth, controlled motion. Make sure you're not swinging back and forth really quickly. Got 20 seconds left. Ten seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. Go ahead and lay back down on your back again. We're going to be doing Pilates toe taps next. So laying flat on your back, press that lower back into the mat. You're going to bring those knees up to a tabletop position. Then one leg at a time, drop that foot down, tap that foot. Go ahead and start. Bring it back up, alternate over the other side, then switch back. Just make sure you're keeping those abs nice and tight. Never let them release. Don't let that knee come in past that hip joint. You want to keep it right above that hip joint when you come back up to that tabletop. As you get more and more tired, that knee's going to try to start creeping over top of your stomach. So just try to keep that knee out away from you. The further you keep it, the harder it's going to be. Got 20 seconds left. Keep those lungs open. 10 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. We've got alternating Jackknife Crunch next. Lay those feet and hands out flat against the ground, arms over your head. 2, 1, and start them up. Alternating back and forth from left to right. That left hand comes up to that right foot. That right hand comes up to that left foot. Just a nice tight squeeze. Trying to get that hand up past that ankle. Trying to make sure you get those shoulder blades up nice and high. Just alternating back and forth. Again, keeping those lungs open. Make sure you keep those abs contracted the entire time. When those feet and hands drop back down to the mat, make sure you don't let those abs release. Again, 20 seconds left. Almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. We've got a reverse crunch coming up next, so those legs are going to come straight up in the air. Hands flat down against the mat just outside those hips. And start up. Pull those hips up off the ground. Try not to swing those legs. You want to just squeeze those hips up as high as you can without getting that momentum of those legs in there. The main focus is just to pull that lower back up off the ground, get those hips up as high as you can. Again, keep those lungs open, keep those abs engaged. Every single time you drop those hips back down, make sure those abs stay contracted. This is a pretty small range of motion, but try to get as much out of it as you possibly can. Got 20 seconds left. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. All right, our next exercise is going to be oblique crunch. Removing just to one side. 3, 2, 1, and start up. A foot cross over top, crunching up towards that knee. Bring that elbow to that opposite knee, trying to rotate that shoulder across as much as you can, getting a nice contraction with those abdominal muscles as well as those obliques. Again, try to get those shoulder blades up nice and high. Tight squeeze every single time. Keep those lungs open, breathing as normally as you can. "20 seconds left. "10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. All right, we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Bring that leg over on the other side. 4, 3, 2, 1, and start them up. Nice tight crunch. Again, get those shoulder blades up as high as you possibly can. Pulling that elbow across that opposite knee. Rotating those shoulders, getting up as high as you can with a nice tight crunch on those abdominal muscles and those obliques. Just keep that motion going, nice and tight. Make sure you're not throwing that shoulder up there. You want just a nice tight squeeze. A slow, controlled motion is always better than a fast motion. 20 seconds left. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. All right, we've got reclined punches next. So this one, you're going to sit up on that tailbone again, about a 45-degree angle. Those arms out in front of that chest. And start them up. Just punching left to right, rotating those shoulders back and forth. Try to keep that back nice and flat. Don't let that lower back round. Just punching back and forth, rotating those shoulders. This is a relatively quick motion. Just make sure you keep those lungs open. And make sure you don't start coming up too high and you don't start leaning back too far. Just keep it going, nice even pace. 20 seconds left. 'Almost done, 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. All right, you have one more exercise to go. This is a traditional toe touch crunch. So those legs straight up over top of those hips. Crunching up towards those toes, and start it up. Main focus of this one is getting those shoulder blades up as high as you possibly can. Trying to get as much of that upper back off the ground as possible. Try to crunch up towards those toes. Keep those legs as straight as you can. If you have really tight hamstrings, it's okay to go ahead and bend those knees, but try to keep them as straight as possible. Every single time you drop those shoulder blades back down on the ground, make sure you're not letting those abdominal muscles release. You want to keep them nice and tight the entire time. Got just under 20 seconds left. Remember to keep those lungs open. Don't hold that breath. We're almost done. Just 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. Nicely done. This workout is complete.